The Dallas Mavericks escaped Memphis with a 114-113 win thanks to some Luka magic at the buzzer. This is the Gray Area right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. The Dallas Mavericks moved to 30-24 on the season, 17-12 on the road, thanks to 25 second-half points from Luka Doncic, 11 of those coming in the fourth quarter, including a buzzer beater off the left side, off the left foot, off balance, to give the Dallas Mavericks a win, much-needed win on the road as they get ready for a crucial 5-game homestand. Luka Doncic was absolutely spectacular in the second half after being held to just 4 points in the first half. He scores 25 in the second half, the second most points that he has scored in a second half this season, 11 of those coming in the fourth quarter. I asked Luka Doncic after the game, what is it about these moments, whether it be in his rookie year against the Portland Trail Blazers or in the playoffs against the Los Angeles Clippers or this year against the Boston Celtics where he hit 2 3-pointers in the final 25 seconds to give the Mavericks a win at home. What is it, Luka, about these moments that allows you to succeed in these kinds of situations? Here's what he said after the game.
Luka, what is it about these moments that allows you to succeed, whether it be in your rookie year against Portland or against the Clippers in the playoffs? What is it about these moments that brings out the best in you?
Sometimes you're going to make it, but sometimes you're going to miss it too. So you got to take that too. I think that's the most important part. But if my team trusts me in that moment, I'll keep working on it.
So Luka Doncic saying that it's the trust and the belief of his teammates in him to go out and execute in these moments that gives him the confidence to be able to go out and hit these kinds of shots. And they needed every single bit of Luka magic that they could muster, because in this game you saw a guy in Grayson Allen play a terrific game from the three-point line. In this game had 23 points, was 6 of 11 from downtown. Jonas Valanciunas was absolutely spectacular in this game, 17 points, 15 rebounds, 8 of those coming on the offensive glass. You saw the return of one Ja Morant. He had 17 points. Dylan Brooks, who did a really nice job defensively on Luka Doncic in the first half, holding him to 4 points. He contributed with 15 points of his own. This was a game back and forth, especially as you got into the waning seconds, where you saw the composure of the Mavericks be able to keep themselves in this game, especially in the fourth quarter. A really important sequence. Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith hitting back-to-back threes to get the game tied at 104 in the last couple of minutes of the ball game. And then as defensive possessions were traded back and forth, Luka Doncic, who had an opportunity to cut the lead to 1 at the free throw line, missed 1 of 2 free throws. Subsequently, they foul a 90% free throw shooter in one, Grayson Allen. He misses both free throws, which allows the chaos to ensue at the end of the ball game, where Luka hits that special 3-point shot off the left-hand side to give the Mavericks the win that they so desperately needed. I asked Kristaps Porzingis after the game, who had 21 points of his own, what is about Luka Doncic in these moments that allows him to succeed given the circumstances that they were dealing with, especially playing as well as he did in the second half. Here's what Kristaps Porzingis had to say.
And KP, whether it's Luka against Boston or against the Clippers in the playoffs, what is it about these moments from your perspective that allows him to succeed in crucial situations like this?
Just special talent, and I feel like he doesn't surprise us anymore with these shots. It's unbelievable. So glad to watch it.
So Kristaps Porzingis saying, look, I'm not surprised anymore. Luka Doncic practices these kinds of shots, and he expects to make them. You saw the viral video from the other day where he hit the 3-point shot from the tunnel at a 45-degree angle that went absolutely viral all over the place. These are the kinds of things that makes Luka Doncic special. His ability to stay poised within the clutch, to have an unwavering belief in himself that no matter what, whether it's lucky or not, he's going to try the shot. And he does not have a fear of failure, much like the late Kobe Bryant. There is no fear of failure with Luka Doncic, and you saw that on full display in this game against the Memphis Grizzlies, especially in the second half. An unsung hero in this game also, Jalen Brunson. He had 8 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 7 of those on the defensive glass. played extremely well. He was 4 or 5 from the field and really gave the Mavericks a lot in terms of the variety of his game, the floater game, getting into the lane, his ability to help clean up on the defensive glass, make the correct basketball play with the 9 assists that he had. Also in this game, of course, Luka Doncic himself also had 9 assists in this game also. So you saw the sharing of the basketball between Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson in this game. Coming into this game, Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, a plus 7.2 points per 100 possessions better when both of those two are on the floor. So you saw a lot of this time, especially in the second half, Jalen Brunson was doing the primary ball handling while Luka Doncic was playing off the ball to be able to get inside, to be able to get into the lane and create for himself, while Jalen Brunson was being the primary facilitator in the second half. And obviously that combination worked out terrifically, especially with Luka Doncic scoring those 11 points in the fourth quarter. Dwight Powell was also very good in this basketball game. 12 points, 8 rebounds, was 6 or 7 from the field, provided a lot of energy, a lot of hustle, and was able to really give the Mavericks a shot in the arm on both ends of the floor and really was able to turn it up, especially in the second half. I asked Dwight Powell after the game, what is it from a teammate's perspective that he has seen from Luka Doncic throughout his career that has allowed him to succeed in these kinds of moments? Here is what Dwight Powell had to say after the game.
Hey, Dwight, you've seen Luka in these moments time and time again. From his teammates' perspective, what is it about these moments that brings out the best in him that allows him to succeed in these kinds of situations?
First and foremost, he's the competitor. He wants to win. And secondly, he's not afraid of those big moments at all. He embraces that moment fully and stepped in that shot, although it may look weird to some of you guys, with confidence, because we've seen him make shots like that all the time in practice. And he's not afraid of the moment. That's the biggest thing. And he'll find a way to help us win regardless of the situation.
So Dwight Powell has seen it all when it comes to Luka Doncic being one of the senior members on this team, and he knows that Luka Doncic is going to be able to succeed in these moments because he believes in himself. As we mentioned earlier, Luka Doncic has the trust of his teammates to be able to handle these kinds of moments. We talked about Dorian Finney-Smith earlier in this video. He was a plus 14. He had 7 points in this game. One of the coolest parts about this game was that Luka Doncic actually won the defensive player of the game. Now, it was probably more because of the shot that he hit, but he did have a crucial block on Ja Morant late in the fourth quarter that may have swung things in his favor, even though Dorian Finney-Smith probably deserved the defensive player of the game belt. But that's another conversation for another day, because this is all about Luka Doncic. Speaking of Luka Doncic, I asked Coach Rick Carlisle after the game about what is it about players like Larry Bird, who Rick Carlisle played with, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. What is it about these kinds of great players that allows him to succeed in these moments given the circumstances? Here's what Rick Carlisle had to say after the game.
Rick, you've played alongside Larry Bird and seen some of the greats come through this game. What is it about moments and specific players that the greats have, like a Luka Doncic, that allows them to succeed in moments like this?
Well, look, I've studied this a long time. I had the chance to play with Bird. I came out of college the year that Michael Jordan did and competed against him in college and watched him in the pros. A certain element is will. A certain element is, just an amazing focus on only one thing. How am I going to get the ball in the basket? That's the only focus that these guys have. And really, you can get into all kinds of different discussions about brain typing and everything else. But look, I've experienced it for years with Bird on the basketball floor, on the golf course. If Luka ever takes up golf, he's going to be a guy that makes ridiculous putts, when you least expect it. It's hard to quantify, what this kind of ability is all about.
So Rick Carlisle says, look, I've studied this. I'm seeing this. There's an unwavering belief in players of a Luka Doncic, of a Larry Bird, and others who find themselves trying to succeed in these moments when others won't necessarily try to do so. And that's the biggest difference in players like Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. They all do not have a fear of failure, which allows the Mavericks in this case to really escape a game where they were outplayed quite a bit by a young, hungry Memphis Grizzlies basketball team that had been playing terrific basketball coming into this game, finding themselves just a game behind the Dallas Mavericks in terms of the loss column. And now, for a Luka Doncic who is averaging over 29 points per game, 8 rebounds, nearly 9 assists per game, he showed up in the biggest moments when the Dallas Mavericks needed him most, and they needed to have this game. After losing their last couple of games, losing 3 out of their last 4 specifically, a loss on the road would have not only been damaging, obviously, due to how tight the Western Conference standings are, but to the psyche of a team who at one point won 20 of 28 basketball games in the last 15-game stretch, was a top 5 defensive team and top 10 offensive team. This was an important win psychologically because they may see this Memphis Grizzlies team down the road with respect to the play-in tournament if they are not able to get the 6th seed. So yes, you got an outlier game from a Grayson Allen who played particularly well in the first half shooting the ball from the three-point line. You saw big shots from guys like Kyle Anderson and others in this game. But give the Mavericks credit for keeping their poise and down the stretch doing what they had to do to ensure they gave themselves a chance. Yes, you got a little bit lucky with a 90% free throw shooter and Grayson Allen missing both of his free throws, but sometimes you got to create your own luck. And that's exactly what the Dallas Mavericks did by hanging around this game, not getting down on themselves, and remaining in this game mentally and giving themselves an opportunity to win at the end, which is exactly what they did, because that's important now as they get ready to come home for an important 5-game homestand that sees them playing against teams like the Sacramento Kings, the New York Knicks, the Detroit Pistons, and 2 games against the Los Angeles Lakers. A win is obviously crucial in the late stages of a season now where you find yourself with 18 games left now at 30-24 on the season. But every win that you can get, whether you steal it by hook or by crook, you find yourself now with an opportunity to build that kind of momentum. We mentioned him earlier, the captain of the Stay Ready All-Stars. Jalen Brunson is going to have to be crucial down the stretch. Tim Hardaway, who was 5 of 11 in this game with 11 points. All of these guys are going to have to contribute, with Dwight Powell playing a little bit better over the last few games, providing them the kind of energy on both the offensive and defensive end, especially on the boards. Yes, Jonas Valanciunas had his way, especially on the offensive glass, but the gang rebounding of this Mavericks team, especially down the stretch, was extremely important to give them opportunities to steal possessions when they had the opportunity to do so. They are able to steal a 114-113 win, outscoring the Memphis Grizzlies 31-24, but more importantly, Luka Doncic puts his stamp on this game and reaffirms the idea that he is a dark horse MVP candidate as you start looking at the final 18 games down the stretch for a team that's going to have the easiest schedule remaining for the rest of these 18 games. Their combined winning percentage of the final 18 games that they have and the teams that they play, just .450. So the schedule lightens up, and with 5 crucial home games coming up, this could be the start of something special for a Mavericks team that has been up and down this season, but they got a win when they needed it most, and it was because of their superstar, first-team All-NBA performer, Luka Doncic, who showed us that Luka Magic is alive and well, and Houdini stole one in Memphis. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. This has been another episode of The Gray Area. My name is Kevin Gray. We'll talk to you later. Peace.